From historic to livable, there are some hidden real estate gems around San Diego you may have never noticed, in fact. But well, Gregory Strangman does, and he has transformed these buildings into a successful business. One of those buildings happened to be the Pearl Hotel. He joins us now to tell us his story and his vision. Welcome, and thank you for coming on to Primetime.
Thank you for having me.
What a great honor. So I love what you're doing to San Diego.
Thank you.
One building at a time. Tell our viewers what your vision is and what your inspiration is so they kind of know your background.
Well, I love buying old buildings and kind of breathing new life into them. So one of the things we love doing is buying buildings that have some sort of architectural significance and kind of reconcepting them to create better livable spaces for people, and or in the hospitality sector, as we did with the Pearl Hotel, create an environment for people to stay when they come to town or dine in our restaurant or come to our dive-in movie or something like that.
So cool. And you instead of just demolishing it, making it postmodernistic or whatever, you find the art and the beauty within and then just refurbish it, right?
We never demolish. We just reuse what's there, and then we kind of build upon it with just kind of we're really into street art. Our brand for our residential communities is called Community, and there's 5 of them now, and we're doing another one in North Park. And we really try to build upon it with what we refer to as like social sustainability. Social sustainability would be bicycles for our residents to use when they're living in our apartment, a vegetable garden on the property.
It's kind of like a co-op, they can all use it.
Exactly, exactly.
Love that.
We have a gardening committee. We have wireless through the whole property, so we really try to get our residents outside of their 300 and 400 square foot studios to kind of use the common space. We have our own internet radio station called groove247.com, so it's almost like they're going to a boutique hotel when you live in one of our properties.
And I also read in one of the hotels you have chalkboards set up where people can write messages, and
every single floor has a chalkboard.
That is so cool. People leave messages. Now, why is community so important to you? I mean, what's your thoughts behind that?
I think it gets kind of down to what life's all about, you know? I mean, my wife and I live in Ocean Beach, and there's a certain sense of belonging, for us to be there. We've had our offices in downtown San Diego for 20 years. And, not a lot of people really relate back to a big part of their life being around the family and friends and their neighbors. And we started looking at, when we started creating our community branded properties, like what was kind of missing in this equation was kind of a connection between residents. We didn't want to be in a position where people were just renting a $900 a month studio from us and just basically going home to a, 4 walls and a kitchen and a bathroom and having no experience with it. We wanted people to get out and interact with their neighbors and go utilize local restaurants and do social things like Bike for Beer. We just did an event called Bike for Beer where we get a group of about 20 or 25 people together and ride our bikes from various brew pubs in San Diego.
I bet, so it's such a genius idea, because you're going to have a lot less turnover that way, and people are connected and they feel they're at home and they're safe and secure, and connection creates staying power.
True.
So, and in fact, I was reading about you and your background and your different, residence, buildings and whatnot. I thought, Guy, I wish I was in my 20s again so I could go live down there. I'm in my home up in North County as well. And the one reason why I haven't sold my house in bad times or good times, because I'm connected to my one neighbor. And there are other neighbors that I don't know, but my next door neighbor and I have been there for each other for 10 years.
And that's
so
important.
No matter what, I stay there for that.
And that's important.
That is growing those roots and connecting with people are so, so important.
I think the neat thing is giving our residents an opportunity. We refer to them actually as members, almost more so. We wanted to take out that equation of, I'm the landlord, you're the tenant. Yeah. We wanted everyone to feel like it was almost like being a member of our community. And it is a neat thing to be able to empower them to be able to organize things on their own, whether it's a bike ride, whether it's grow vegetables, whether it's go do something socially that we can help contribute to it. And you're exactly right. I mean, by us having a higher occupancy and less turnover, it allows us to be able to allocate more money to community-like events for our residents. So they're getting a greater living experience out of it.
Their quality of life is amazing.
Their quality of life.
I'm not kidding. I've never wanted to go back in time like I have after reading your articles and reading about you.
Our target demographic is really, you know, someone in their 20s and 30s.
So not families, you're not targeting families?
No, because most of our living environments are 300 to 500 square feet.
Yeah.
So you're talking small, compact living environments. And when you're talking that, you know, how the whole concept came about was thinking how someone would feel when they came home and they're coming home or they're bringing a date over to their house for their first time and they're in a 300 square foot studio. Yeah. Probably not going to be super stoked on, you know, bringing that date home, and she's looking around going, whoa, this is really small,
yeah, but it's cool.
So we wanted it to be cool when you got to the front door. We wanted that living experience to start at the front door to the community versus the front door to their little 300 square foot studio.
It's so cool. It's so cool. You know, I hope that soon we can bring cameras down there and really shoot a whole story and to show people firsthand what it's like.
I think our communities, I mean, we're very, very proud of them. My wife and I and the whole team at L.W.P. works hard to provide a great living experience. I think that the neatest thing that we've had in terms of integrating into our projects is a lot of street art. You know, street art has a tendency to get kind of a bad name. You know, everyone kind of labels it as graffiti. And as our city's kind of moving forward, progressing to be more of a bigger urban city, I think people are starting to recognize that it's not necessarily just graffiti up on the side of a wall, that it's an actual piece of art. And we've really strived hard to integrate that into all of our projects. So, you know, whether it's been Shepard Fairey that did the, you know, the Obama Hope piece, or, you know, he did the Obey piece, or there's a French artist, there's a movie called Exit Through the Gift Shop that an Invader did some pieces, or local street artists we've worked a lot with. You know, it's getting that type of thing up in the environment kind of gives it that edgier urban living space that we were striving for.
I think, you know, congratulations
for
all your success.
Thank you.
I'd love to know, since you're such a visionary, where do you see yourself in 5 years as this business expands?
Well, we're doing more communities. I mean, we're doing another one up in North Park, which is a market we felt like it was important. We've talked about potentially doing one in Los Angeles at some point in time. You know, I've wanted to do something in New York at some point in time. It's thinking a little bit broader than what my wife and I were expecting our first child in August, so slowing it down a little bit.
Just a little bit.
So
I
think we're going to be really focusing more on San Diego and the urban environments that are, you know, within, you know, 5 miles of our office.
You're making a name here. We like to keep you here.
Well, thank you.
I think it's awesome. Congratulations to you and to your wife.
Thank you.
And congratulations to that baby.
Well, we're very lucky and very fortunate.
Such a blessing. Okay, well, thank you. And
you're welcome.
I look forward to seeing where you're going to go in the next 5 years.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.